Hallo lieve mooie zielen, wat fijn dat jullie kijken naar een filmpje van Spiritina. Kun je je nog herinneren dat ik in mijn huiskamergesprek video het had over dat ik, toen ik nog heel jong was, niet dat ik nu niet meer jong voel hoor, trouwens, maar toen ik een jongere leeftijd had, dus in mijn begin tienerjaren, dat ik altijd wel in een God heb geloofd. Dat heb ik toen uitgelegd. En ook uitgelegd, ja, hoe ik die God eigenlijk voor me zag en waar hij of zij het voor stond. Nu vond ik een filmpje van Paul Harvey, die in 1946 had hij een radioprogramma. En daar heeft hij toen een uitzending gehad. En de uitzending heette Een open brief van God. Dus een brief van God. En ik was op aan het luisteren en toen dacht ik, oh, wauw. Dat is precies wat ik toen voelde, toen ik jong was, hoe mijn God, zeg maar, van binnen was. En ik wil jullie daarin meenemen om te laten luisteren wat hij zegt. Wat veel meer met mij resoneert dan wat je tegenwoordig hoort, zeg maar. Dat was de God waar ik vroeger, zeg maar, in geloofde. En niet hetgeen wat je momenteel ziet en hoort. De tweede wil ik met jullie een filmpje delen van dezelfde lieve man, Paul Harvey. Ook lang geleden, 1960 of zo in die buurt, had hij een uitzending gedaan met de titel If I Were the Devil. Dus als ik de duivel zou zijn, zei hij dus. Hè? En dan krijg je een filmpje. En dan spreekt hij zich uit. En dat is zo bizar. Dan moet je opletten. Want volgens mij is het niet stereo, dus je moet toch goed luisteren. Het is ondertiteld in het Nederlands. Die tweede wel, deze niet trouwens. Dit is Engels. En If I Were the Devil. En de dingen die hij daarin zegt is gewoon ronduit bizar. Maar ik ga gewoon beginnen met jullie. Laten we eerst met de open brief van God. Dat we daar eens naar luisteren. Hetgene waar ik meer in geloof. Laten we beginnen.
From now on I'm quoting an open letter from God. My dear children, and believe me, that is all of you, I consider myself a pretty patient guy. I mean, look at the Grand Canyon. It took millions of years to get it right. And about evolution, boy, nothing is slower than designing that whole Darwinian thing to take place, cell by cell and gene by gene. And I have been patient through your fashions, your civilizations, wars and schemes, and the countless ways that you take me for granted until you get yourselves into big trouble again and again. I want to let you know about some of the things that started ticking me off. First of all, your religious rivalries are driving me up a wall. Enough already. Let's get one thing straight. These are your religions, not mine. I'm the whole enchilada. I'm beyond them all. Every one of your religions claims that there's only one of me, which, by the way, is absolutely true, but in the very next breath, each religion claims that it's my favorite one, and each claims its Bible was written personally by me, and that all of the other Bibles are man-made. Oh, me. How do I ever begin to put a stop to such complicated nonsense? All right. Listen up now. I am your father and mother, and I don't play favorites among my children. Also, I hate to break it to you, but I don't write. My longhand is awful, and I've always been more of a doer anyway. So all of your books, including those Bibles, were written by men and women. They were inspired men and women. They were remarkable people, but they also made mistakes here and there, and I made sure of that so that you would never trust a written word rather than your own living heart. You see, one human being, to me, even a bum on the street, is worth more than all of the holy books in the world. That's just the kind of a guy I am. My spirit is not an historical thing. It's alive, right now, as fresh as your next breath. Holy books and religious rites are sacred and powerful, but they are not more so than the least of you. They were only meant to steer you in the right direction, not to keep you arguing with each other, and certainly not to keep you from trusting your own personal connection with me. Which brings me to my next point about your nonsense. You act like I need you and your religions to stick up for me or win souls. For my sake, please don't do me any favors. I can stand quite well on my own, thank you. I don't need you to defend me. I don't need constant credit. I just want you to be good to each other. And another thing, I don't get all worked up over money or politics, so stop dragging my name into your dramas. For example, I swear to me that I never threatened Oral Roberts. I never rode in any of Rajneesh's Rolls Royces, and I never told Pat Robertson to run for president. And I have never, ever had a conversation with Jim Baker or Jerry Falwell or Jimmy Swaggart. Of course, come Judgment Day, I certainly intend to. Now, the thing is, I want you to stop thinking of religion as some sort of a loyalty pledge to me. The true purpose of your religions is so that you can become more aware of me, not the other way around. Believe me, I know you already. I know what's in each of your hearts. And I love you anyway, with no strings attached. So lighten up and enjoy me. That's what religion's best for. What you seem to forget is how mysterious I am. You look at the petty differences in your scriptures and you say, well, if this is the truth, then that can't be. But instead of trying to figure out my paradoxes and unfathomable nature, which, by the way, you never will, why not open your hearts to the simple common threads of every religion? You know what I'm talking about. Play nice with each other. Love and respect everyone. Be kind. Even when life is scary or confusing, take courage and be of good cheer, for I'm always with you. And learn how to be quiet so that you can hear my still small voice. I don't like to shout. Leave the world a better place by living your life with dignity and gracefulness. For you are my own child. Hold back nothing from life. For the parts of you that can die surely will, and the parts that can't won't. So don't worry. Be happy. I stole that last line from Bobby McFerrin, but who gave it to him in the first place? Simple stuff now. Why do you keep making it so complicated? It's like you're always looking for an excuse to be upset. And I am very tired of your main excuse. Do you think I care whether you call me God or Yahweh or Jehovah, Allah, Waka Tonka, Brahma, Father, Mother, even the void of Nirvana? Do you think I care which of my special children you feel closest to? Jesus, Mary, Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad, or any of the others? You can call me and my special ones any name you choose, if only you will go about my business of loving one another as I love you. How can you keep neglecting something so simple? No, I am not telling you to abandon your religions. Enjoy your religions. Honor them. Learn from them. Just as you should enjoy, honor, and learn from your parents. But do you walk around telling everyone that your parents are better than theirs? Your religion, like your parents, may always have the most special place in your heart. I don't mind that at all. And I don't want you to combine all of the great traditions into one big mess. Each religion is unique for a reason. Each has a unique style so that people can find the best path for themselves. But, my special children, the ones that your religions revolve around, all live in the same place, in my heart. And they get along perfectly, I assure you. The clergy must stop creating a myth of sibling rivalry where there is none. My blessed children of Earth, the world has grown too small for your pervasive religious bigotries and confusion. The whole planet is now connected by air travel, satellite dishes, telephones, fax machines, rock concerts, diseases, and mutual needs and concerns. Get with the program. If you really want to help me celebrate the birthday of my son Jesus, then commit yourselves to figuring out how to feed your hungry and clothe your naked and protect your abused and shelter your poor. And just as important, make your own everyday life a shining example of kindness and good humor. I've given you all of the resources you need if only you abandon your fear of each other and begin living and loving and laughing together. Finally, my children everywhere, remember whose birthday you honor on what you call Christmas Day, December 25, and the fearlessness with which he chose to live and die. As I love him, so do I love each of you. Now, I am not really ticked off. Not really. I just wanted to grab your attention because I hate to see you suffer. But I gave you free will. So what can I do now other than try to influence you through reason, persuasion, and a little old-fashioned guilt and manipulation? After all, you know, I am the original Jewish mother. I just want you to be happy. And I'll sit in the dark. I really am, indeed, I swear, with you always, always. Trust in me. Your one and only God.
Nou, lieve mensen, ik hoop dat je het een beetje begrepen hebt. Maar ik vind zijn bericht echt wel heel erg goed. En dat was eigenlijk hetgene wat ik vroeger ook in mijn hart voelde. Als er een God is, dan is dit de God waar ik in geloof. En niet al die dingen die mensen ervan maken met hun religie en regeltjes. Dit is precies wat ik bedoelde. En dan mag je natuurlijk bij je open en om geloven in dat er een kracht of een godpersoon buiten je is. Of niet, dat die in je zit. En dat iedereen God in zich heeft, om maar zo te zeggen. Dat jij eigenlijk God bent. Iedereen is dat. Laten we dat nou even in het midden, want dat is weer het, zeg maar, verdelen van allerlei dingen. En iedereen is vrij in, zoals hij ook zegt, om te genieten van jouw manier van geloof. En we moeten elkaar niet veroordelen. Maar dit vond ik dus een hele goeie, omdat ik zelf zo voelde al toen ik een jonge tiener was. Dit voelde ik al. Dan hebben we hier het filmpje van hem, If I Were the Devil. Daar zijn dus Nederlandse ondertiteling hierbij, kun je makkelijker volgen. Volgens mij is het helaas mono geluid. Dus luister goed. Het is ook omdat het een hele oude recording is van vroeger natuurlijk. En ze hebben hem niet, zeg maar, ja, er zullen vast wel versies zijn waar ze hem hebben geamplified en zo. Maar ik wil deze originele gewoon doen. En daarna ga ik het nog even over dit filmpje hebben. Maar kijk, luister en lees mee. Wat hij hier al zei. 1960 is deze van, geloof ik. Moet je luisteren wat hij zegt.
If I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness. And I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. Thee. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions, just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
Wauw, wauw, wauw. Hij zegt hier als ik de duivel was. En dat is al zeg ik, en je hoort dat het een hele oude opname is. Hoe kon hij al weten dat dit soort dingen nu in Amerika letterlijk gebeuren allemaal, hè? De school shootings, metaaldetectors in school en drugshonden die ze gebruikten. Dat gokken in iedere reclame daar op Amerika op tv wordt gegooid en borden op de straat van over gokken en mensen lokken om te gaan gokken om rijk te worden. De medicijnen waar hij het over heeft, hè. Ik zou iedereen gewoon pillen geven om ze te verdoven. Drugs bijvoorbeeld, of gewone pillen. En hij zegt zelfs hier, dan zal ik de mensen van de kerk, ja, zoals de pausen, een hoge pieven in de kerk, hij heeft het hier al over kindermisbruik. Heb je het gezien? Als je het niet hebt gezien, spoel dit even terug en ga het er eens lezen. Jongens en meisjes misbruiken, heeft hij het daar al over. Hij zegt hier letterlijk, als ik de duivel was, zou ik gewoon doorgaan met wat ik nou aan het doen ben. Omdat het letterlijk gebeurt, lieve mooie zielen. En dit werd toen werd het door die man al gezegd. Terwijl hij helemaal niet weet, toen die tijd was dat nog helemaal niet aan de gang. Met school shootings en al die dingen. En hij loopt dit allemaal al te vertellen. Ik vond het zo bizar dat ik dacht, wauw. Wat hij zegt, dat klopt gewoon allemaal. Dat is gewoon niet normaal. Ik vond het interessant genoeg om met jullie te delen. Ik laat het hierbij en ik wens jullie vanuit hier heel veel liefde en heel veel licht. Namaste.